significant is this for Gambian football, Gambian women or female football?
Well, it's very important in the sense that we have been preparing this team since about 2 years ago. But unfortunately, we are unable to join the last competition. The tournament that we should engage the team to start with, that was the union tournament, which is WAFU, which was which has to be taken, which has to be played in Lagos. But due to the death of the president, because the tournament was organized by the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and the late president, and his wife organized this tournament, but unfortunately the tournament didn't take place. Now we're engaging them in the African Cup of Nations and the World Cup, but we've just received the World Cup now and we are going for the World Cup. So it is very important for the Gambia to start with that, because all this is part of our development program, and to develop the game in the sense that on the side of male and the female. So this is the first time we are engaging our women football too. So I think it's a good starting, and to play in our home and to play against our colleagues in the World Cup qualifier matches.
Is the Gambian team or Gambia women's football ready for such a big stage?
Of course, we are ready for it. Well, I know it's not easy, because the simple reason that we don't know our colleagues, we don't know nothing about them, and also they don't know anything about our team. But I think we have a very formidable team, and don't be surprised our team win our match on Saturday, and because we are going to surprise the whole country, and we have seen that the whole country is behind this team, in the sense that God is the first time. And if you can remember, for the last year we had a friendly international matches that we played away in Senegal with the Senegali national team, and we played that match in Case, but the match ended in draw. And also we played another friendly match in Casamance too. So we planned another one that was to travel to Guinea-Bissau, but by then there was a problem in Bissau, so that match was cancelled. So we've been engaging the team. It's just that we received the news late, but that doesn't matter. What's important is for us to participate in this competition and to see the level of our women in football.
And how prepared is the Gambia for this coming match?
Well, we prepared well, because we have already assigned our coaches to help the team, to prepare the team, even though it was so prompt. But we are working on that, and they start training since last week. So we'll see what we have on the ground, because the last competition, the last tournament, which was the Women's Festival organized by the Gambia National Olympic Committee, that also helped the team too, because the same player that we are using for this game, and with that competition alone, that was a good preparation for the team, because we use it, one, to scout players. We also use it to players to be fit for this game like this.
CDMB Kinte, they are speaking to Mamadou S. Diallo of our sports tech. MS, aside from the match of the day, there is the under-17 female qualifiers, World Cup qualifiers. Tomorrow is also a very important game, a day when most football lovers, local football lovers for that matter, will throng the Independence Stadium to have a glimpse of what the Combo North Giants have to offer. That is Laming and Sukuta. You've been going in and out to the West and East Stadium and even the Father Golf grounds at Manjai. You'll be a keen follower of the local football. What do we expect tomorrow?
Expect an interesting encounter between those two.
Okay.
Like you said, it's a local derby, the Combo North derby, between two big villages. Should I call them villages in
settlements,
big settlements, okay, in Sukuta and Lamen.
Okay.
Obviously, it is not the traditional, so-called traditional powers that we used to know. The Serekunda is the Bandul, this is Bataus playing the final. This time it is Lamen and Sukuta playing the final.
Good observation.
Yeah, I believe these are two teams of the same level. So this is why I said we're going to expect a very, very interesting encounter between those two.
Okay.
Yeah.
You reminded me of something, and I'll ask Babukar about that. Previously, we used to see a lot of football action concentrating in the greater metropolis, Bakau, Banjul, Serekunda. But it seems there's a shift in the balance in the local football. Brikama thought was a lesson last year in the league. Okay, Babukar, what is responsible for that Lamen Sukuta facing off, unlike the traditional household names?
Why shouldn't there be a shift in power?
Okay.
There should be.
Okay.
And that is what we all want. And you know, it's good for our game.
Okay.
You know, the there's a level playing field.
Okay.
And that you look at the teams, you wouldn't bet your money on any one of them. Right from the word go, there's stiff competition.
Okay.
The quality, you know, is there. The players are, you know, definitely the level are at a par, and I believe that is very good for our football. When the tournament was just about kicking off, I said I really wanted to watch the games. The first game I watched between Banjul and Serekunda East.
Okay.
Banjul came to Serekunda East, a very formidable, you know, Serekunda East side. You know, champions for, you know, previous occasion.
Yeah.
Beat them 1-0, and you can sense, you know, the pattern of the whole tournament from that game. Brikama having problems all over there were some problems, technical problems with the team, but then seriously, you can see that the balance of power has shifted significantly well before the start of this tournament.
Okay.
If you, the National League mirrors what is happening at our you know, local Nawetan games.
Okay.
You know, you can see traditional powerhouses in the local in Nawetan games having to struggle in each of these you know, Nawetan venues, struggling because of the development of players. Many of these local Nawetan centers now have their own academies. If you groom your players, allow them to play 12 months together, my friend,
It will pay off.
it will.
Okay.
And now we are seeing that.
Well, although Babukar said it's hard to bet for any one of these, but in any competition, there is what they call a favor. He knows that better than me. Well, maybe he's from Laming. He doesn't want me to say he's biased.
Okay.
Also, MS, you've been there. Who are we looking at tomorrow? At least, it's football. Anyone can come out victorious. But who are we tipping to be the Giants tomorrow?
Like I said, these are two teams of the same level.
The
So
divided line is so narrow that we
is,
cannot.
It's a difficult game to predict.
Okay.
Yeah, one thing I know, Lamen has a very good setup.
Okay.
Because I've been following their Nawetan more than that of Sukuta.
Okay.
You know, because of their proximity to Lamen. In fact, I have a team that plays in the Lamen Nawetan, so I've been of late following Lamen football.
Okay.
Do you understand? But I believe they are doing very good. I've been doing very good over the last 2 years, you know, encouraging raw talents from the community, and I think it has paid dividend. Last zonals they came, I think they were booted out of the first round. You know, this year they came, they stick to the same policy, and this year they came. And most of those players who played in the last zonals, that was 2 years ago, you know, are still in that team, and you can see where they are now. You understand? So I think it's always good, you know, to learn from Lamen, encouraging raw talents, to give them the chance to showcase what they can do, especially at that level.
Okay. Yeah. But before we turn our attention to the Africa Cup of Nations, you've said it earlier here, Super Nawetan is a breeding ground, you know, for our national football. Babukar, how does this augur for our football, our game?
Yeah, you know, the talent is there. Remember the under-17 side, you know, of these past few years. You know, most of the players are from these Nawetan centers.
Okay.
You know, a lot of them, Lamin in particular, you have backup previously, and that is very good. But what I want to also say here is, you know, I'm so excited about this game.
Okay.
Some 1 week ago, I was coming to work. I boarded this vehicle, and you know, the subject of discussion was the zonals, and I got myself into the whole, you know, excitement, and I can tell you, people will go out there and watch this game, especially you're talking about two Commonwealth giants. You know, the rivalry is healthy. It's not even footballing rivalry. These are it has to do with the old parochial pride. You know, local pride at stake.
And prestige, yeah.
You know, you are from the same neighborhood, from the same district. You are going to play there. You know, the division that it creates between the people, it's healthy. Okay. It has nothing to do with you know, bad-tempered behavior or anything. I can tell you, they will troop to the Independence Stadium